Hi, Alex here. So you want to know the 10 golden rules to achieve wealth. I think that's fantastic. And I just wish somebody had told me these like 30, even 40 years ago. Fortunately, I know it now and I can pass this message on. Okay, let's get straight to it because the 10 golden rules are based by studying the top investors in the world. They work. This is no theories. They actually rule. Rule number one. First of all, they're all very simple, but you've got to do them. Focus on the money working for you, not you working for money. Now, what I mean by that, we all come out of school, college, university, whatever level we finish education, and we're geared and we're programmed by the teachers, our parents, our friends to get a good job, get qualified, get a better job, get a promotion, be well, earn up more money, through your life and try to get more salary and ultimately save for a pension scheme. All of that sounds very logical and good and has some good aspects to it, but it's not a path to wealth. First of all, I'll surprise you, right? There's no correlation between wealthy in Britain, America, or anywhere in Europe, no correlation between the wealthy and high income. Yeah? That means that the more higher income people are not wealthier, right? That's actually a statistical fact. So going up the salary scale does not accumulate wealth. There's a big subject why behind that, but that's not the secret. It doesn't achieve wealth. You tend to get more debts, more mortgages, more loans, more credit cards, and actually not achieve wealth. That's not the way to do it. Now, that's also about working for money. So if you're earning £1 an hour or £1,000 an hour, you're still selling your time for money. Money is made when the money itself works for you. So if you look at the Bill Gates, the Alan Sugars, the famous people, they earn a lot of money if they take a month off. They have it working for them. Right, they have businesses, they have maybe royalties in books, they have, whatever it is, but money actually works for them. So it's not about working for money and how much you can earn and get your income up. It's about how you can get the money you've got, however small, working for you. Think of it that way around. That's what wealth produces. Think about how to get money working for you. That's the focus. Okay, that's a big subject in itself, but we've got to move on. Rule number 2, buy at a low and sell at a high. Now, we mainly look at investments in the stock market because that actually produces long-term returns far better than any other type of investment. But it works well in, say, property as well, the same theory. You buy at a low and just sell at a high. Now, in the stock market, shares go up and down every hour, every minute, in fact, every day, every week, every month, and major things can put them down, a dividend report or something bad or good about the company can generate, or something happening in the economy. But actually, they tend to move up and down in a band. So they tend to go up and down in this band. And we call the bottom the support and the top the resistance. And there's clear trends that show that when it's at the bottom of the band and at the high. So trend analysis, it's not actually that complex to figure out when you've got a good chance to be buying at the low. So you need to buy at the low and then you sell at the high. But usually the best, like Warren Buffett, the world's great investor, says, most investors have an exit strategy, like venture capitalists talk of an exit strategy. He talks about an entrance strategy. So buying at the low, and property investors do it this way as well. You buy at the low and you work out when is the low. So you buy at the low and sell at the high, and you keep to that formula. You don't rush, you keep patient, and buy low, sell high. Rule number 3, and I refer to Warren Buffett. He has 2 rules of success in investment. The first rule is never lose money. Now the second rule, equally important, is never forget rule number 1. So you never lose money. So in shares, for example, what he does and what we do is you actually take movements to actually take the risk out of it going down and losing money. So first of all, you can rent the shares. Most people are not aware of how you can rent a share that you own and have an income coming in. And then you can insure the share. There's various ways on the markets to insure the share to cover yourself about something going pear-shaped. So never lose money, rule number 3. Rule number 4, aim for 30% plus annual returns. Now, Warren Buffett achieves that, and Carl Icahn achieves that, another famous investor. And this is what you should be aiming for, maximum returns. So if that doesn't look on the cards, don't consider it. Now, bearing in mind the previous rule, never lose money. We're not talking about going for higher risk investments to get higher reward. We're looking at higher reward with lower risk. Exactly the opposite. This is how keen investors do it. So you've got to find something that offers, great returns, 30% returns. That's good investments. Okay, and part of that is buying low and selling high, of course. Okay, rule number 5, think long term and be patient. As Charlie Munger says, who's the partner with Warren Buffett, is that long term is for investors, anything short term is just for gamblers. If you're going to gamble, go to some rich quick scheme, or you go to Las Vegas, or you go and play roulette. It's gambling. Don't kid yourself. If it's buying and selling, short term, in and out, it sounds great and some people might master it, but it's gambling. And gambling is not investing. If you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they don't do it by the short term stuff. They do it by long term strategies. So think long term. That's a big one for a lot of people because they want to get rich quick. They want the result this month. They want to be paid quickly in the next month. They want to go on holiday now. They want to buy this, whatever it is now. So it's really against the grain for a lot of people to get into a thinking long-term strategy. You've got to wait. You've got to get into that mentality. Rule number 6, mind the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. Here I'm talking about the incredible thing of compound interest. Yes, I know you're saying I did that at school. I know how compound interest works. It's the interest on the interest on the interest on the interest. But what you probably don't realise is just how formidable that maths works. So £100 a month invested and achieving the 30% return. Well, in 20 years, you will actually be a millionaire. Absolutely, even below 30%, you will be a millionaire on £100 a month. Now work out how much you put into how much you get out. That's the power of compound interest, and obviously the long term comes into that. Okay, rule number 7, you've got to leverage your time and costs. Various ways of doing that. Now, if you go into the stock market as an individual, you're going to be paying, with a £100 or £1,000 investment, you're going to find that the charges to trade is, sort of quite a bit, but even more so, the time analysing. There's 30,000 shares that you might look at. You've got to whittle those down to the 3 or 4 you want to invest in. Major work. You haven't got a complete stockbroker behind you or a firm of chartered accountants to analyse all of this. So you can leverage your time by buying in a group, which is my favourite way, grouping together. So if you have 10 of you putting in £100 a month, you've now got £1,000 compounding every month. So it's much better to leverage your time and money, and always look for ways to do that in many ways. Now, rule number 8, get educated, but don't be the expert. If you're going to be the expert, it's going to take years. You're not going to be the next Warren Buffett. Well, you might be if you're still quite young and going into that. But you can learn from the people that are doing it. So you've got to find the systems, the people that you can trust who have got a good system which you can copy and emulate what they did to get the success quite quickly. And it's useful to have some mentors around you to help you achieve this. So you need some education. You need to know what a sell and a put and a call and an option is, and various things in the investment world. But you needn't be an expert. And a lot of the jargon makes it sound complicated, and it's actually not that complicated. So get educated as to how it works, but don't go over the top, because with the leverage that I've already said you should have a team of 10 people that can have different skills, and you can share that research that you have to do in it. Rule number 9, I call success hack. And success hacking is all about finding the people who have achieved it and copy what they do, because it's already a proven formula. Now, there's various systems of investment that work. There's also, for every one that works, there's 1,000 that don't work, and they'll still tell you how marvellous they are, and they could be at the very end scams, or just people that have bought on a bullish market and it's gone right. So to success hack, you have to see that people are producing that result of success over the long term consistently. That's what it's all about. Rule number 10, Control your money directly. I don't believe in giving my money to somebody else to invest it on my behalf and they control where the money is. I'm always very nervous, and if you Google, scams in investment, there's hundreds of them, of disreputable people, and it all disappears. So you need to be in charge of your money. Because I said, never lose money is the earlier rule. So here you have to control your money directly. You have to know where your money is and not have somebody else trading it for you or giving it away to some way, or not having total confidence and proof where that is and where that's invested. Great. Okay, that's a quick synopsis of the golden 10 rules for wealth, for increasing wealth with just, we look at £100 a month can make you a millionaire in 20 years. It can make you pretty rich in 10 years. It grows all the time and compounds, but you've got to do it right way. You've got to do it the strategy. Now, we actually run events monthly around the country, but mainly we use the Sofitel in Gatwick Airport, London, third Saturday of each month, and they're coming up. Just go to our web pages or whatever and you'll find the details. But if you follow this video and you go to the next page, you can be invited. It's all free for the next one, where we go in depth on the 10 golden rules with experts showing you exactly how you can do it. All free, all bonus. And I'll be there probably myself, and I'll buy you a coffee and we'll have a great time. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you at one of our forthcoming events. Thank you.